What do you want to talk about?
Vegas, I don't know.
Okay.
So,
We'll start there then. The kind of challenges that they pose, especially with a typical four-guard lineup and without Asia too, the kind of adjustments and just potential matchup issues that you could run into.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be small. So I think the biggest adjustment is probably going to be for Phee. Having to guard a smaller player. But I think we did a pretty good job of making sure we put her in some of those situations throughout practice to make sure that she's prepared. But when we talk to the team, it's basically there are no matchups, right? They play a lot in transition, which is a situation where you have to pick up nearest player anyway. So, yeah, when they get into their sets, we'll have to deal with some things. But as a collective, we are guarding them with our team. And that's how we have to approach it because of the challenges that they may pose.
You just said, obviously, it being a team collective effort, but with Phee being the reigning defensive player of the year, how does that transition? How important was it to have those kind of reps in practice that she might have to get ready for potentially?
I mean, I think the reason that Phee was the defensive player of the year is because she's going to be willing to step up to whatever challenge it is. It's not like she's going to guard one thing one way. There's always, all last season, there was always situations where she had to guard different matchups. She had to guard people differently. Whether it was to be a big that was going to stretch and shoot the three or whether it's going to be somebody that was on the block. Like, she's willing to step up to whatever defensive challenge there is in front of her and make sure she does that to the best of her ability. But again, it's about the collective. Like Phee, anybody, whether it's a guard on a guard, that matchup is just how it starts. But as the play progresses, then we have to make sure that we're helping, that we're there for each other, that we're in rotations, we're in scrambles. So that's just a part of our identity. But yeah, she always going to step up to the challenge.
Yeah, I guess I also wanted to ask, just in terms of, I think we were talking with Coach Shreve about this, but the Aces, one of the best teams at just driving the ball. How does that change with Asia being out? And then how important, again, is it something that she's been emphasizing, that team defense and attacking at this point?
I think you're probably going to see more of that.
Yeah.
More of the identity of the guards getting downhill because they don't have a player like Asia in the set where they have to give it to her and play off of her. Yeah, she's great at straight line driving. She's great, one of the best passers that they have at this point in the season in assisting. But you do start to see more of, with the smaller lineup, people trying to get downhill. So I think that is just, magnified, even though that was already a part of our identity. So we have to be more prepared with that, with Asia not being in the lineup.
I've asked some of the players this one to get their thoughts, but also want to ask you, have you seen Courtney's podcast that she has with her dad? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Nope, I haven't seen it. I've seen what she's done out here, and I've been very, very pleased with that. So.
Yeah, if you could talk about that, though. I know that she had some conversations with the coaching staff specifically after that Seattle game and came out to a great start on Saturday. What was the difference and what did you see from her and just getting out, controlling the pace of that game early?
Yeah, I mean, that was it. Like, she got into the ball. She had a tough matchup with Garden Plum, but she took that to heart. When you take Courtney aside and you tell her that you need specific things from her, she's going to do her best to respond. I think that was the best defensive game she had this season for us, and just understanding what we needed for her at the point of attack and how her aggression and her dictating was going to lead to the team being successful. So it was a terrific job that she did, and she'll have another tough matchup tonight. So hopefully we see more of the same.
Rebekkah, after last game, Coach mentioned being really pleased with you, Wei, and Eric, and the way the three of you approach, like whoever's responsibility is to scout the next opponent, and different, responsibilities the assistant coaching staff has together. How has the chemistry between the three of you kind of built or grown since they've come on staff? You've obviously known Lindsay a really long time, but first time coaching alongside her.
It's been great. I mean, we were teammates for a very long time, so already in the trenches and understanding the communication that it takes to be able to be successful, working together as a collective. So we already had that. So that was something that I felt like would be really easy. I hadn't had the opportunity to work or play for E. So that was a little bit different, but it's been seamless. Like, he's a great guy, great coach. He fits in well with what we do culturally and who we are as an organization. So it's really, really been a pleasure. So I think that we have an amazing staff here. Cheryl always does a great job of making sure she picks people that fit with what we're trying to do.
We were just asking Masha over here about Ola, and she was just beaming. What have you seen from those two, and specifically their relationship and how they've helped each other out?
I mean, they've only been together for a short period of time, right? Masha and Ola are here with us.
Yes.
So we haven't seen the long-term effects, but I think it's always good to have someone who you can relate to in a specific way. Being both of them being from Russia and being able to have that connection, that understanding, the similarities that they brought in culturally, I think it always helps to bring a little bit more comfort. But only English, we tell them that, because we want them to be able to continue to build and understanding what we need from them. But Masha has definitely helped O-line her comprehension of what we want from her, and I'm assuming vice versa.
What was the feeling watching Ola score her first bucket in the
Oh, man, it was so fun. You know, it's so crazy. Ola brought to me a picture that she took with me when I was playing in Kursk, and she was 9 years old or something like that, so it really made me feel old. But I'm just so excited for her as a young player. I remember talking to her throughout the draft period and how confident she was that she will be able to come in and make an impact in our league, and how ready she was to come in and learn and be a part of what we are doing here as the Lynx. And she came in and she's been nothing but a hard worker. She's been great at being receptive. So it's really fun to see her get in, get a bucket, see the celebration after, right, the passion that she plays with. So I'm really proud of her. I was proud of her before when she was doing all the work in practice, and I'm proud that she got to have that moment.
Yeah. What have been, go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
What have been some of the, I guess, challenges for her in terms of learning a new position? She was talking to us about that recently.
I mean, I think it's been seamless for her.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's been any challenges in that regard. We didn't have a specific role that we had for her when we picked her in the draft. We didn't say that she was pigeonholed into being a 3 or being a 4. We said we're going to see where she fits. And she's been receptive to everything we've asked her to do, so I think it's been pretty seamless.
I promise this isn't an age-related question, but what is it like, having those full circle moments where maybe a kid that you met playing in Russia when she was 9 years old is now on the Lynx and you're her coach? Do you have a lot of those moments, or what's it feel like to know that you made that impact, I guess?
I haven't had a lot of them, but I'm sure there will be more to come the longer I stay in this role. But it's fun. It's fun to be able to still have an impact on those players that maybe watched you impacted them differently with what they were able to see and observe from you as a player. Now to be able to be in their ear and coach them and still impact their basketball journey. So, I mean, I'm excited to be able to have the opportunity to be able to do that with her.
A bit of a random question, but have you tried any of Kayla's baked goods? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yes, I have. I've tried Kayla's baked goods, and they're delicious. So maybe she could bake something for you.
That's what I'm saying. I love it.